Welcome to Tiki Central, Canada. Ever wonder what's in that cool, refreshing drink that you just have to have on that hot summer's day? Me too. Picture a man going on a journey beyond sight and sound. He has left society. He has entered Tiki Central with palm trees, beach sand, blue skies, and God, get me a drink now. Here are your hosts, Craig and Cam, and their wacky views in drinks, life, and maybe information.
Hey folks, and hey, how we doing? This is Tiki Central Canada, and guess what? It's Craig here. I am your bartender, mixologist, and information for the hour. And also, too, we have Paula, my co-host. How we doing?
Hello.
Hey, she's so chipper. Well,
I missed you guys.
Aw. Well, you've been traveling. Where did you go, by the way?
Everywhere. Oh, my God. I went to Prague.
Trip number 1, by the way.
Yeah,
Yes.
Prague and Vienna.
Okay.
And then trip number 2 was San Diego.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And okay, so let's just throw this out there because you showed me just today. You actually, because now all these journeys that you're doing and these trips you're doing, you actually have a YouTube channel.
Yes. Justin and I created a YouTube channel because both of us are very picky eaters.
Right.
And it's
some
easy.
people are, right? Because
Yes.
they have allergies and things like that. Yeah.
Very true. Unfortunately, we are not picky just because we have allergies. It's because we're very picky.
You're just picky.
Yeah. We're just picky people. So,
Right.
and that's funny. But we're still picky. So it's good because then he understands my picky. I understand his.
Right. You're not getting
and it
impatient,
works out.
right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can be
yeah.
patient. He actually broke up a relationship because of that.
No way.
Believe me.
Wow.
So we decided to create this channel because we figure that we're not the only ones that travel.
And the only ones that are picky.
Exactly, and not the only ones that are picky. So we decided to show you guys what you can eat in different places of the world. And not only that, but also show you some good, beautiful places in each place that we go.
Yeah.
So the
sights
landmarks,
and
the sightseeing, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's everywhere we go, we have a little video for you guys.
Yeah, and like, just let you guys know, the videos are amazing. I mean, the crystal clear HD quality, amazing. He did a good job.
Yeah, he
for
puts
sure.
a lot of effort
Yeah, he puts a lot of effort into it.
the stuff.
And there's a lot of information there. And I was actually glad also too when I watched the video that you mentioned, like Tiki Central Canada, folks.
Yeah, I was in San Diego and I decided to try a tiki drink that didn't compare to yours. Just saying, I had a jungle. Well, Justin ordered the Jungle Bird.
Yes.
And I ordered something coconut. I have no idea what it
And
was.
sour, apparently.
It was awful.
Your face is hilarious.
And it was very true because that's exactly the face I had to do when I tried it. But even his Jungle Bird, when you made it, I remember liking it.
Yeah.
And the one that we had there was extremely sour, the Jungle Bird.
Oh, you didn't. Yeah.
No, I didn't
Too
like
much
it either.
Campari, probably.
Yours was way better. And I'm not just saying because you're here. I told him that too. Right then and there, I'm like, oh my God, Craig's is way better.
Well, now I have to make one for Justin now.
Yes, he will definitely want to try it. He
There
will.
we go. For
I know
sure.
that.
Yeah. I mean, actually, Justin will be on the show very soon. We're going to bring him in very soon. So
Talking about his favorite subject.
there we go. Tiki. Cool. So we actually just had Cinco de Mayo go by on May 5th. That's why we're doing the show. Well, I had apparently too many margaritas. So anyways.
Me too.
It's like,
Cinco de Mayo. Cinco means 5. Mayo is May.
correct, exactly. May
Okay.
5th, yeah. So one of the things I actually want to first announce is, of course, Paul Robinson is our contest winner, by the way, for April. He did a good job and got himself in there. And we want to thank everyone who applied to the contest. It just, if you do it every single month, I don't know about you, Paul, but it just seems like it just doesn't really carry the same kind of weight.
Agreed.
Then if it's like only once every maybe 3 or 4 months, then it's a little more exciting, so we want to give everyone a little bit of break. Besides, everyone during the summer obviously wants to spend more time outside, so why sit there on a computer and your laptop inside when you can be outside, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Although nowadays with the cell phone.
That's true. And, well, I bring my laptop actually out to the bar. So,
Me too.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyhow, but still, we're taking a break from the contest. That's what matters.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, so what drink are we going to talk about today to celebrate Cinco de Mayo?
We're going to talk about margaritas.
Oh, so that's why you made me a margarita.
That's why I made you I made you actually a sparkling margarita. We'll go through the recipe on that one, yes.
And that's why I'm a bit tipsy.
Justin, I apologize in advance. I'm not trying to make her a lush.
I'm just too easy.
It's educational. That's it's like,
I don't work well with drinks. It's unfortunate. But anyways, it's
well,
very
it's cheap.
tasty.
There you go. If anything, you're a cheap date.
I am a cheap date.
There you go. Yes.
But yes, this is a very tasty margarita. So
Yes.
guys, you really want to try this and write
gonna
down
be-
the recipe because it's
exactly.
great.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm anxious to know about it. Tell me all
There we
about
go.
it.
Okay.
How did it start?
So how to start? So the margaritas, if you go down, is actually this is actually like any tiki drink we've talked about in the past. That there's so many different origins or stories to who started the craze.
Really? And it's so freaking
Like,
famous.
yeah, it's not so defined of like, okay, on this date, this guy made it. No, it's not like that anymore. Like, especially back in the 1800s and the early 1900s, records were not as accurate as they are now. There's quite a few stories to who actually started this process.
I actually want to know who started the frozen margarita because that's my favorite.
There you go. So let's go through a couple of them. So there's one that claims that the margarita actually started in Juarez, Chihuahua. I know that word. At Tom's Place Bar. And this is on July 4th, 1942, by Francisco Pancho. That's his nickname. Morales.
Yeah.
So Morales actually left bartending and left Mexico to become a U.S. citizen. And get this, you know what job he wanted to do instead of being a bartender? A milkman.
Oh, wow.
He did it for 25 years.
He probably watched a couple movies and was like, oh my God, that's fantastic.
That's a major jump from one career to another career. I mean, holy God.
He's still with liquids. You got to give him that.
Yeah, but I guess he's just dropping off at your front door.
Wow.
Because they don't do it anymore, right? Milkman, there's no such thing as a milkman anymore,
Now,
right?
do you think that he actually aspired to be a milkman? Like his whole life he was in Mexico
and so
thinking,
what? So
wow.
he's a bartender and he's like, I want to be a milkman.
I don't get that. I think he just came to Mexico like everybody else and just got whatever job he could
had
find.
a dream.
No,
but also too, the thing of it, I think what it is that he got too tired of all the drunks and said, okay, I'm going to go the exact opposite.
Yeah, that could
I'm
be.
going to serve a liquid that's non-alcoholic to everybody in the world.
He could have sold water too.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's no water man. There's no there is now. I mean, back then there wasn't a water man. There was a milkman, yes, but not a water man. Okay, so let's go to another theory. According to the cocktail historian, David Wondrich, he's basically said that margarita is merely a popular Mexican-American drink that was very popular during the Prohibition and actually drawed people to the southern borders, like when Prohibition was on. So obviously places like Cuba and Jamaica.
And Mexico.
And Mexico, yeah, exactly, as well. So basically the drink became more and more popular during Prohibition. Now, some say that the drink was actually created in 1936 and is actually a spin-off of what's called the Daisy in Mexico. Margarita is actually Spanish for daisy.
Oh,
I did not know that.
it's Margarita in Portuguese, so Margarita probably in
Right.
Spanish. I can see that, yeah.
What's margarita in Portuguese? Does it have any significance or no?
No, well, Margarita is the flower daisy in Brazil.
Ah, okay.
So I'm pretty sure that Margarita,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is the way
Drink.
you say
Exactly,
the drink, it is daisy in Spanish.
Okay. Now, the daisy drink in Mexico actually was made with brandy. So then when we made the margarita, then they switched it over to a tequila. So another war story that also that's out of my research was Jose Corvo was also running a campaign for margaritas in 1945, and his slogan was, "Margarita, it's more than just a girl's name." According to Jose Corvo, the cocktail was invented in 1938 by a bartender in the honor of a Mexican showgirl, Rita de la Rosa.
Ooh,
Yeah, so it's named after showgirl.
look at Rita getting
There you go.
the most famous drink in the world.
Arnold.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Don Carlos, he's another guy that claimed that he made the margarita in 1941 at the Hassan's Cantina in Ensenada.
Ensenada.
See, Spanish is my name. I just butcher it every time I even try to say it.
I want to see when you go live down there for a couple months.
I know.
How are you going to do?
No, Norma's there with me.
Oh, thank God.
That's right.
Do not leave the house alone.
Apparently, I'm
Craig.
going to have to take her everywhere I go. Norma's going to have to come with me.
You're going to be offending people left
I
and
know. Yeah, but you know what, though? I just tip heavy.
right. Good. That's a
Exactly.
good plan.
So then basically, if I offend them in language, I figure that money speaks. There you go. It's like-
Okay.
So anyways, the bartender there, Don Carlos, was doing some experimenting with drinks, and he offered Rita one of his first recent concoctions, which was obviously the margarita, according to him. Now, the drink was made with equal parts of tequila and Controy, which is a Mexican orange liqueur. So kind of like a Cointreau.
Is that naranja?
Naranja.
So naranja, it's the same. So Controy is naranja.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In the United States. I'm glad that you get to pronounce it and I didn't have to do that. Okay, anyway. And lime. So, so he basically would mix equal parts of tequila, Controy, and lime. And he served it in a salt-rimmed glass over ice. So the drink was actually named after Margarita because it was her first time trying it.
Ooh.
Cool. So let's go through some other theories. So in 1938, Carlos Danny, that's funny. It's it's a Mexican with an English nickname. Carlos, in quotations, Danny Herrera, at his restaurant, Rancho La Gloria?
Yeah. Okay. Rancho La Gloria.
Rancho La Gloria, halfway between Tijuana, see, I got that one right, and Rosarito, Baja, California, which is, I guess, in Mexico.
Yeah. Okay. There's a Baja California is Lower California. So it's in Mexico.
Okay.
It's very close to San Diego, actually. It continues down, so they call it Lower California, which is Baja California.
Oh, okay. Did not know that. See, I'm learning something new today, too. There we go.
Ooh, see,
You're
map,
teaching me. You're
about
teaching
map,
me.
I can teach you. About drinks, you teach me.
There we go. Equal trade. I deal with that. Cool. So it was created for a customer who was a former dancer, Marjorie King, who was actually allergic to many spirits, but not tequila. Huh. Okay, so those are just some of the stories and how the drink started. So if you see, as we talked about in the past, Paula, is that there's a lot of, especially back in the 1800s and 1900s, beginning 1900s, there wasn't a lot of documentation to drinks when people were creating them. So it's hard to say who exactly did create this drink.
That's very sad, though, because oh.
Well, remember the Jungle Bird? The guy that made the Jungle Bird didn't get recognized as the creator till almost a year ago.
So,
yes.
What is in this amazing drink that the world loves and knows by Margarita?
Well. That's right, Margaritaville, Mr. Jimmy Buffett there, right?
It's a summer drink. Come on.
Right,
In Brazil, it's a all year round drink.
Well, because you guys have summer year round.
Basically.
You don't have snow.
No, not even close.
Not even close.
I think our lowest temperature in my city at least is 10.
I know, because actually, this apparently is the longest spring, they said, on record for the last 50 years for Ottawa.
Wow.
That's insane. We're trying so bad to get to the summer.
I don't want to get to summer by any means. No.
Why?
I don't like summer.
Oh.
I like this weather. This is fine for me.
I have a pool. I have a tiki bar. Tell me that's not going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
Okay. So let's go through some recipes here.
Yes, please.
So this is the one that's kind of like the basic. This is the basic, straight up, normal margarita that's out there. We'll talk about some other fancier ones down the line here.
Frozen too?
Frozen too, yes.
Yes, that's the one I like.
Okay, so we're going to start off with 2 ounces of white silver tequila. I use either Patron silver or 1800 silver. And again, if you're trying out this drink and you're trying the liquors that I'm suggesting to you, do try a smaller bottle. So then if you don't like it, then you're not wasting a lot of money. Right?
Good
you don't want to, you don't want to spend a fortune on expensive tequila and then realize you don't like it.
Yeah.
So then we're going to do 1 ounce of fresh lime juice. We're going to do a half ounce of orange liqueur. Now that could be either Cointreau or triple sec or even Grand Marnier. So if your price range is a little lower, then go for a triple sec. A half ounce of simple syrup. Now in this situation, I like to use what's called agave syrup.
Oh my God. The woman down at the 5-star restaurant,
Here we go.
I complained that the drink was a little too bitter for me.
Yeah.
And she brought me the agave syrup
There
for
you
me to
go.
mix in my drink myself.
See, that's a good bartender.
I hated it.
Right there.
Agave was even worse than the drink.
No way. It was made it too sweet?
It's just a weird taste. I didn't like it.
Oh, okay. No, so agave syrup is different than just regular sugar syrup.
Yeah.
Just everyone knows that. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so is that shaken? Is it stirred? What's up with margaritas?
Yeah, so you can shake this, or you can put it into a blender, right? So that means like your frozen drink there. There we go.
Ooh.
I know. So we could either we could shake this in a shaker and then strain it, or we could put it in a blender.
Okay, so that's how you make it frozen, with the blender.
Right.
With ice.
Yes. So the 2 different methods are is frozen. Now frozen came later on down the line. The margarita, when it first was created, was not frozen. It was shaken on the rocks or straight up. And then once blenders came into play, then obviously then people started putting blenders into the process.
Okay, so is there like a difference between the two methods? Like, does one taste more like alcohol than the other?
Yeah, so
Is there a reason why I like the frozen better?
Yeah, so the frozen will actually taste less potent and be more diluted, and also to be colder. So when you chill liqueurs, like liquors and spirits and stuff, they tend to lose a little bit of their potency.
So that's why I like the frozen margarita.
So if you think about a frozen margarita, it's more like a slushy, right? Like So example, if you took, say, I mean, no one ever does it. Like say that the slushies at the 7-Eleven. If you took that syrup and just put it on the rocks and stirred it, it would taste way stronger, like sugary, than if you do it in frozen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not in the blender means on the rocks then.
Correct.
Okay.
That's right. Yes.
And why are there sometimes on the glass it was sugar and sometimes it was salt?
So what happens is that when it's salt, it's actually a lime flavor. So just basically straight up the recipe I just gave you. If it's got sugar on it, then they've actually mixed in, say, either strawberries or raspberries or something into it. So a fruit of some kind. So you can have a mango margarita, you can have a raspberry margarita, you can have a strawberry margarita. And so when you do those, that would be a sugar rim.
Oh, so then you don't use the salt.
No.
Okay.
Exactly.
But the salt is such, like, come on, margarita has to have the salt for me.
Well, actually, so what I do, because I'm one of those people, I don't want to have, I'm a little older, so salt kind of hits me a little harder. So what I do is actually only do a half rim. Example, if you want the salt on your rim, you want to taste it, you just taste it from the side where the salt is. And if you don't want to taste the salt and you want to just taste the drink, you just roll the glass around to the non-rim side and you can drink it that way.
I wonder
a lot of bartenders are doing that now, actually.
I wonder how they discovered like to put salt in the rim, because I love that little salty rim.
Do you know why?
Why?
Okay, so what happens when you take a tequila shot? What two things do you need to have a tequila shot? You need salt
I need to be awake.
and lime.
Because if I did
Sorry,
that, I would
salt
just
and
pass
lemon,
out.
right? So when you take a tequila shot, anytime you see it in a bar, they'll always give you
Oh,
a
on
salt
the hand.
shaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lemon.
True.
Right. Now, here's the funny thing. So what it's supposed to be, the way it is now, is that you put the salt on your hand, you lick the salt, you take the shot, and then you squeeze the lemon in your mouth.
Yeah.
Originally, when that drink was made, I actually researched this last year, it used to be the other way around.
Huh.
You would just suck the lemon, take the shot, and lick the salt.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the line in North America culture, they reversed it.
Good to know.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
important.
Yes.
Okay, so, and is there like a specific glass for a margarita drink?
So you do see the traditional margarita glass that everyone knows, that'll kind of cone-shaped process. You don't have to actually put it in a margarita glass, though. You can actually put it into a regular rocks glass. I've seen it in some places, or even a Collins glass. So this is one of those ones where the glassware is really not important. It's not going to change the taste of the drink, and also to the presentation of the drink. So basically, a margarita you can almost put in anything. I mean, you go to some bars down in Caribbean, they actually put it in plastic glasses.
So yeah,
the glassware,
in Brazil too, they don't really care. But so there's no specific garnish either.
No, well, if it's say if it's a regular one, you probably would put a lime on there. For the most part, just a lime wedge does the trick.
Okay.
There's no fancy garnish, and some places actually don't put any garnish at all.
Okay, so
I guess the salt or the sugar rim is kind of like the garnish.
Yeah, and it looks very pretty usually.
Yeah, exactly. When you see it, yeah, exactly.
How is it that you glue the salt there?
So what do you do is when you if you don't have a rimmer, and that's a bar tool basically.
Yeah, what's a rimmer?
So a rimmer is that thing you see that's like a black sphere thing they have on a bar that's usually has a sponge in there, and you kind of push the glass upside down into it. And what it is it's got liquid in there. Usually it's like sour mix or lime juice, and then they put it into a salt or sugar, or if you're doing a Bloody Mary or a Bloody Caesar, you'll put it into like a seasoning. Like a soury salt seasoning.
Okay.
So that's what's called a rimmer. So if you don't have a rimmer, you can just simply do is just take a wedge of lime or lemon, put a little slice into it, like a slice into the middle of the lemon or lemon, and run it along the edge of the glass.
Oh.
And then put that into your salt or your sugar or your Caesar mix.
Okay, so you have to make sure that you're doing the salt before you pour the drink in.
Exactly. You
Okay.
do that prior to making the drink. Exactly.
That's important. See,
Yeah.
I would have probably not known that part.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so now that you've explained everything, do you have another recipe you want to share?
Yeah, so the one that we actually had, and we're having right now, is 2 ounces of tequila. Again, it could be a silver tequila, and that's the one I actually used. 1 ounce of Cointreau. You can substitute that for triple sec. 1 ounce of lime juice. I used freshly squeezed one, so it came up to about 2 limes. 4 ounces of orange juice. So you can see now it's a little sweeter.
Yes.
A half ounce of simple syrup, and then shaking that, straining into a glass of fresh ice. And then it's just a splash of soda on top that kind of softens it up.
Oh, is it soda like Sprite?
Soda water, just basically carbonated water.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Which softens it up.
Okay. Like sparkling.
Exactly. So it
Okay.
doesn't have that potent taste to it. Exactly. Yeah. It's a nice little refreshing drink in the summertime, and we're going to put that recipe on the page as well.
It's much sweeter.
Right. It's not overpowering.
So if you are one of like me or Norma that likes the drink sweeter,
This is a drink to have.
this is the recipe for you.
Exactly. And it's not too heavy, too. Like on a hot day, you don't want something that's going to bulk you down.
Does this one have a different name than the normal?
Yeah, so this is actually called the Sparkling Margarita.
Oh, nice. Okay, how about a person that's like watching calories? Because that's important if you're going to put simple syrup in and all that stuff.
Exactly, because we're in this day and age now, right, where everyone's trying to get, that nice bikini line going. Or for us guys, it's time to, our beach, what do you call it, the beach body?
The beach bod.
The beach bod, right?
Well, if you don't have a winter bod on, it's already good.
Well, actually, I just carry the winter bod all year round.
Good for you. That's less stress. Less stress.
Less stress on me. Less pressure.
I'm sure Norma loves you the same way with your winter bod all year round. It's like me and Justin. I actually want him to have that little pouch there. It's gorgeous. I love it.
I know, but when I grew up with a 26-inch waist all the way up to like 29, 30.
You're the only one in the world. You know that? No one in this world
what happens
at 30 changes the body. No one. Just you, Craig.
Yeah, no, that's,
Don't worry. It's all everyone. Everyone in the world.
All right.
Even me, and I'm skinny.
So let's go through a less calories.
Ooh, it's like a skinny margarita.
So a skinny margarita, yeah.
Cool.
So let's go through a skinny margarita. So this one is 1 ounce of orange juice, and it's calculated out to be 13 calories, just that part.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you the calories for everything we're going to give you here.
Ooh, nice.
So 1 ounce of orange juice at 13 calories, a half ounce of lime juice, which is 1 calorie. That's amazing. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
1.5 ounces of tequila, which is only 95 calories.
Good.
So in other words, if you want to just lose weight, just keep drinking.
Yeah, right.
Pure spirits, that's it. 2 to 3 ounces of light lemonade. So this is kind of interesting. Lemonade's being added to the mix, which is only 5 calories.
Okay.
Salt on the rim, obviously, and then lime as garnish.
Nice.
So if you calculate all that out, I think it's about 120 around there somewhere calories for this lovely little drink.
That's really cool.
That's not too bad. It's not too bad. No, it's not too bad
doable.
at all.
I think it's even less than 120. It's
Yeah,
pretty
I have
cool.
to do the math.
95 with 13.
That's 114.
108, yeah.
114.
Nice.
There we go. So for all those people out there that want to drink but don't want to lose any, you want to gain any weight, and you want to keep that firm figure, this is a drink for you.
If you're a model, for example, this is a good drink for you to drink.
Yes.
Like celebrity model.
Exactly. Oh, so let's do a celebrity drink.
Huh?
Let's do a celebrity margarita.
Wait, so there is a model that likes
Yes.
margaritas.
A very famous model actually has her own recipe.
Really?
It's called the Cindy.
Ew, after Cindy Crawford?
Oh, you guessed it right.
Oh my
Ding, 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 ding.
God.
Yeah, so Cindy Crawford actually has her own margarita.
love
Some
her.
bartender, obviously, through time. Maybe, one like one of the regulars at a bar somewhere.
Oh, yeah, right.
Cindy, it's time to go home. Seriously, I'm putting the chairs up, okay? I know you're famous. Yes, we all love you, but you have to go home now, okay? Anyways, I can see that so happening, you know what I mean?
Really?
I just wanted to stick around. No. Anyway, so what you can do is you're going to pop 3 or 4 slices of ripe strawberries and 2 or 3 small leaves of basil into a shaker. You're going to add in 2 ounces of silver tequila, 1 ounce of lime juice, and a half ounce of simple syrup, and you're going to muddle that all together.
Muddle?
Muddle, yes. So that's when you take that sort of baseball-looking kind of thing you see at the bar. And we're actually going to put these recipes, of course, on the page like we always do. So what it is that you're going to push down on the mint and the strawberries and twist.
Okay.
Now, when people muddle, we talked about this before in the show, they butcher it most of the times. They start pushing down and pounding instead of turning and twisting. When you turn and twist, you're releasing all the stuff out of the basil and the strawberries. But as soon as you start pounding, you're breaking the leaves, and it makes it more bitter.
Ooh.
So it means it's gonna be more tart. So you don't want to do that.
No, we don't.
Now, so what you can do with that is you're going to add some ice. You're going to shake that. Nice. Da, 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 da. And then strain and serve into a Collins glass over our large ice cube. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to strain that, put that into a Collins glass, and take one really large ice cube. I usually do a 2x2 ice cube when I do something like this.
Cool.
And then garnish it with a basil leaf.
Aw.
One of your favorite things, basil.
That's cute.
And then it says here, then sip and take a picture for your Vogue cover. Click, click. There you go.
Yes. Nowadays, it's more like Instagram type thing.
Vogue.
It's a good Insta drink.
Oh, Insta drink. That's true. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Did you know?
I did not.
All right, so we're going to do some facts about Cinco de Mayo, since this is one of the things we're talking about on the show with margaritas and stuff. And Cinco de Mayo actually just passed by on May 5th. That's actually when it is. So Cinco de Mayo actually sometimes gets mistaken for the Mexican Independence Day.
Which is not.
It's not. It's actually Mexican Independence Day is the most important national holiday in Mexico. And it's actually celebrated on September 16th.
Yes, and Brazilian is September 7th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to remember that when we come up to in September. We have to make some sort of theme shows for those times. There we go.
Yes.
Okay, so the date actually, what it is when the Mexican army had victory over the French Empire in the Battle of Puebla on May 5th, 1862. And under the leadership of General Ignacio Zaragoza.
Zaragoza, yes.
So good.
And by the way, congratulations on the beautiful pronunciation of Puebla. That was fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Beautiful.
So.
You sounded like a Mexican.
Oh.
Okay,
Don't tell Norma that. Okay,
no.
anyway.
How did the battle start?
So at the time, the country actually was in financial ruins after years of internal conflict, and the new president was actually forced to default on debit payments that it owed to the European governments.
Ooh.
So in other words, what it is like, yeah, we're going to cash in those IOUs now, okay?
Yeah.
So in response, France, Britain, and Spain actually sent over naval forces to Mexico and demanded repayment.
Ew.
So get this, though. Britain and Spain negotiated with Mexico and withdrew the forces. Like, you know what? Okay, you paid your IOU. We're good to go. France, guess what? They're like, well, actually, Napoleon III was actually the guy that was actually ruling for France. And he decided, like, well, this is an opportunity to grab some land in Mexico, in the territory, Mexican territory. So late in 1861, the well-armed French fleet stormed the coastal line of Mexico, landed a large force of troops, and driven the president and his government into retreat.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Napoleon.
I know, eh? God, Napoleon. That's a good, actually, it's funny, but I don't know how Napoleon became also a dessert.
Wait,
Ice cream? Napoleon?
Napolitano. Oh, here it's called Napoleon?
I think so.
We call it Napolitano
I
in
don't
Brazil.
know.
That's funny because it's because of Napoli, the city.
That's it. That's probably what it is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So now in 1862, at the battle we're talking about here, the battle actually, so when we talk about battle, you always think, like weeks, months, years.
I never even think weeks because it's usually months, years.
Yeah, exactly. This battle actually lasted from daybreak, some morning, to early evening.
Oh my God.
12 hours.
Like, is
That's
this for
it.
real?
That's it, 12 hours.
Huh.
And this is celebrated every year on May 5th.
Well, that's probably why, because
There
it
you
was
go.
like the shortest battle ever.
Shortest battle ever.
But how come it was that short?
You know what? I play Risk. It takes longer than 12 hours.
Exactly. Me too. Me too, for
It's
sure.
like, you know what I mean?
I believe you.
It's like, so what ended up happening was that the French finally retreated because they had lost over 500 soldiers. And in my research, the second line in the battle for the French actually ran out of ammo.
Oh.
So you sail all the way around the world to take over a country, and you think, we got enough ammo, we're good.
No.
And then you run out of ammo
That's all. That's
in
just
one
great.
day. This is only a battle for one day, and they already ran out of ammo.
Wow. Oh my God. That's kind of stupid.
So actually, no. So fewer than 100 Mexicans were actually killed in the battle.
Oh my God.
So then also, of course, the French were like, retreat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now, this is a cool fact, actually, in my research, is that now in USA, Cinco de Mayo is so popular that, in fact, the beer sales on that one day is the same sales of the beer on Super Bowl.
I can see why.
Isn't that insane?
It is insane.
That's
It's probably
insane.
like St. Patrick's Day here.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I
And
can
actually,
see
when I was
that.
down in the States, I lived in the States for 10 years, and I remember when it came near Cinco de Mayo, and actually being a Canadian, it's not a significant holiday here. So my first couple of years there, it's like, oh, Cinco de Mayo is coming up, Craig. I'm like, okay, what's the big deal? So then, no, the big deal is that every bar you go to has like a Santana band or some sort of Mexican band playing, and they usually will have beer gardens. They'll actually take over, if they have a parking lot, the whole parking lot will be roped right off.
Yeah.
And it'd be like just people drinking beer everywhere as far as the eye can see. It's insane. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, so that is the show. There's some cool facts about Cinco de Mayo. And hey, we're going to put on the website all the recipes that we have for all the margaritas we did. So which one of you, all the ones we did, which one's your favorite margarita? The skinny one?
I think no.
Or the
no
sparkling
way.
one?
I think the second one,
The
but if
sparkling
we make
one.
it frozen, yeah.
Right. Well, we could try it. We
Yeah.
can try it, see what happens in a blender. It might lose some of its, lust.
I don't
So
want
we'll
the
see.
lust.
It's like,
I want the sweetness.
I want the sweetness. You're just like Norma. I know you're both
Yeah.
like coconut rum,
We're
coconut
girls.
rum, coconut rum.
We are girls. Leave us alone.
No. Hey, you're my best customers. What are you talking about?
Yes.
And if you think about it, actually, I've done the stats on our show. The bulk of our listeners actually are female. So
Yeah, I can
there you
see
go.
that.
I love them.
I miss Mark. When's he coming back?
He's coming on the next show.
Yes.
Yes, because remember we talked about the Tiki bar, and we only went through a little bit of the details of the
how
Tiki
to
bar,
build it?
how to build it.
Yes.
So now,
I need to
because we're in the
continue.
season, we're going to add on some more stuff.
Yeah.
For sure. Cool. So listen, this is the end of the show. I know she's like, oh man, really? It's over? No. And so let's just tell people who we are. So we are www.tikicentralcanada.ca. Did I do enough W's in there? I think
No, you didn't.
I know, I thought that. www.tikicentralcanada.ca. And so if you go on our website, you will see on the main page, you'll see pictures of me, you'll see pictures of Hala. So also on the 200 page, you'll see there's a subtitle there for recipes, all the recipes that we do, including the ones we did today. There's also a link there for episodes. So all the episodes, if you want to stream them, just like me, I stream mine in the car. I listen to my podcast in the car.
Me too.
Not my personal podcast. It's kind of saying, but other podcasts I listen to.
I listen to my personal podcast as well.
Yeah, but you can understand. I have to listen to our show about 40 times before it actually gets published.
True.
So by then I'm like, I'm done. It's over. And I know every word by word. I could tell you the script.
That's cool.
So yeah, time consuming though.
Yeah.
Anyways, also under two, please do go to our subscribe page and click on any of the links that we have there. So there's like YouTube, there's Google Play, Spotify, even on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, we have our pages where you can subscribe. And what it's going to do is every time we have a new episode, it's going to give you guys a notification. Also, too, we also will have things like contests coming up. We're going to have a new newsletter coming out in the next month.
Nice.
So check it out. There's going to be some really cool recipes on there. All the stuff we're going to do with Mark on the Tiki Bar will be on that newsletter.
Fabulous.
Yes. And we'll put a link on there for Paula's traveling show.
Thank you very much.
Of course. Hey, you were my scratch my
Much
back, I scratch your
appreciate.
back. Exactly, yeah. So anyways, yes, folks, so check it all out. And I think we're going to go off and make some drinks and check out the new Tiki Bar that's been unwrapped. Excited about it?
I am
know.
very.
It's going to be so cool.
Woo.
All right, folks. So we're going to talk to you next time. We'll see you.
Bye.
Later.
Well, I don't know about you, but I got informed. Guys, hey, guys, where's my drink?